And then closed sales, here's the actual transactions. And so here you can see that it was down.
Somebody might call that a transaction crash, but I don't know.
I've heard that somewhere.
Some smart guy said that.
I know. And where I saw it in my area was even more dramatic because on the east side was where things were sped up the fastest. We saw the most intense bidding wars, and then it corrected harder, faster.
Wow.
And so in July here, where it says it was, let's call it 40% down, we were at 50% that month on the east side down. And it has come back a little bit to more like about 29 or 30 or so now year over year. But this is having a big impact on a lot of people that are in the real estate industry right now.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I tried to warn folks that commissions, like transactions go down. Most people don't really get it, but that's millions and millions of dollars in commissions and fees and escrow title and notary fees. That's why housing can pull the country into a recession.
Yes, and it's all the other things that people do as far as like furniture and paint and all the
moving and
everything. There's a lot that ties into that. It's a big part of the economy, as you talk about a lot. And then closed sale price by month, and this is King County overall. And so,
this is hilarious. This is hilarious. You had a 40% crash in transactions, and you were up 2%.
Right.
Oh, somebody
How
called
is that possible? You've explained it. So it's the lack of inventory.
I've certainly tried to. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
It's about 8.6 for the total year.
That is funny.
But it's only it's not a lot, but it's a little. It's not
a crash.
Not a crash.
That's not a crash. Not a crash.
And if everything that has happened hasn't brought this negative, I don't know how much more is going to happen. There will be a comparison as we push through the quarter one of this year that isn't going to be as have the intensity of the bidding wars where houses were selling routinely 30 or more % over list. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to have that. So it might look a little negative for a few months there, but then we'll work our way through that with the year over year numbers.
Yeah. So one of my 12 housing calls is we will have 4 negative year on year numbers next year. Or this year, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. I would be more surprised if that didn't happen than if it did, because it just, the intensity of what happened is not going to be replicated this year. And it's going to have some negative.
You mean having 395 active listings is not normal? I mean, is that abnormal?
Yeah, kind of abnormal. So you can see why there'd be. So it was really interesting. I'll just reminisce a little bit here, but we had it where because of COVID, you couldn't have overlapping showings. Mm-hmm. And we had to, and all these hundreds of people wanted to see a house in one day because they had to see it that day, or somebody was going to buy it. Somebody was going to throw some cash at it and they would lose it. So I remember this one house I saw, we were only able to get one little spot, and it was 5 minutes. And so I took my clients in there. It was like speed dating. We had to run through this house and be like, okay, you want it? And I think it was like 1.4 million or something. And it's like,
that's not healthy.
People need more time to make a big decision like that. Yeah. You can't even see it for more than 5 minutes.
I have a hard time spending $1,000 in 5 minutes.
Oh, I know. So, yeah. So I don't miss those days at all. I don't know anybody that does. And so